Morning students, 12th standard physics. So in this class we are going to discuss about hysteresis. So consider a ferromagnetic material is placed in a uniform magnetic field. So consider some material, if it is placed in a uniform magnetic field, so that uniform magnetic field is magnetizing field. So due to the field, the material becomes magnetized, so it becomes magnet. So that means magnetic induction D is equal to sum of magnetic field produced due to the vacuum and magnetic field due to the medium. So magnetic induction is a sum of, so these things we have studied in previous classes, but for ferromagnetic material it's somewhat different. So that magnetic induction, variation of magnetic induction with magnetizing field is not constant. So if you increase the magnetizing field, magnetic induction also changes, but if you reverse, it doesn't retrace the same path. So B by H is equal to mu is not constant, so mu is some value. So we need to know three important concepts. One is saturation and retentivity and coercivity to learn the hysteresis loop. So first, so there is a material, we are pausing the magnetizing field. So we start from the graph. So there is a variation. So magnetizing field is the input, then magnetic induction is the output. So x and y axis. So we start from here. So that is A. We are increasing the magnetizing field. So there is an increase of magnetic induction, that is magnetic field produces. So if we increase x, automatically y value increases because B and H is directly proportional. So if we start from A, we are increasing. So increasing, it changes. So it reaches a certain point, that is a maximum point. That maximum point is a saturation. So maximum point up to which the material can be magnetized by applying magnetizing field is called saturation. So saturation means, so how much you can eat, or one plate of biryani or two plate or even three. So that is a saturation. In similar case here, that material up to which the material can be magnetized by applying the magnetizing field, so that is a saturation. So it reaches a saturation. Now we are going to decrease the magnetizing field. So we increasing the magnetizing field, magnetic induction increases. Now I am going to decrease the magnetizing field in reverse direction. So it's positive some value, I am going to reverse. So if I give 5, I am going to give 4, 3, 2. I am reducing the magnitude of magnetizing field in reverse direction, but the magnetic induction doesn't source or retrace the, so not retrace the same path. It follows a different path if you reduce the magnetizing field. So it goes to saturation point, it's C. So because A, we have given B as a magnetic induction, so we go for the next letter C. Then it retraces the path and reaches the point D. See here at the point D, H is equal to 0, that is magnetizing field is 0, but B have some value. That value is remnant or residual magnetism. So that is second one, retentivity or remnants. So the ability of a material to retain the magnetism even the magnetizing field is vanishes. So first I am reducing the magnetizing field to 0, but the material have a magnetic induction. That residual magnetism is, that is the ability of a material to retain the magnetism even the magnetizing field vanishes, that is remnants of a material or retentivity of a material. Then again I am decreasing the magnetizing field in negative direction. So just again from 0, H is equal to 0 to again H is equal to -1, -2, -3. So I am decreasing in this direction. Now at this point, So that is E. So at this point, these 2 points, these 3 points are important. The first point is saturation, the second point is retentivity or remnants, and third point is coercivity. So here at this point B is equal to 0, H have some negative value. So to make the residual magnetism to 0, what is the magnitude of magnetizing field is coercivity. So coercivity is a magnitude of reverse magnetizing field for which the residual magnetism of a material is completely vanished. So first one saturate, then have a residual magnetism. The residual magnetism goes back to 0. What is the value of magnetizing field we need to use? That is coercivity. Then again I am change the magnetizing field in negative direction. So it goes up to a value. That value is negative saturation. So here this one is positive saturation, up to which, so here what is my saturation? The maximum point up to which the material can be magnetized by applying magnetizing field. So here positive magnetizing field, here negative magnetizing field, up to which it has some magnetic induction. So after that negative saturation again goes back. So A, C, D, E, F, again it goes and reaches a point. So F, G, so we won't give H. H is a magnetizing field. So I is current, so J is current density, again we give K. So the graph goes from A, so in this direction, again in this direction it goes like that. So this is a hysteresis loop, A, C, D, E, F, G, K and C. So this is a hysteresis loop. So a ferromagnetic material is placed in a uniform magnetic field, that is magnetizing field. The material becomes magnetized. So we are removing the magnetizing field. So H is equal to 0, it has some value, that magnetic induction. Again the magnetizing field is goes to negative, will reach that magnetic induction 0, that is coercivity. Then again we are go to the negative saturation point, again increasing the magnetizing field to reaches. So here AE and AK, AE and AK are coercivity, then AD and AG are residual magnetism or remnants or retentivity. So the loop from A to C, D, E, F, G, K, C is a hysteresis loop, that is a cycle of magnetization. So magnetization starts from A to C, again up to C. Again what is like hysteresis? Hysteresis means lacking behind. So somewhat lacking behind, that is magnetic induction lacking behind the magnetizing field. See here H is equal to 0, B has some value. Here B is equal to 0, H has some value. So there is a lacking behind at certain points through the entire cycle. So that is hysteresis loop. The phenomenon of lacking behind of magnetic induction behind the magnetizing field is called hysteresis. Then hysteresis loss. So during this process there is a loss of heat, there is a loss of energy in the form of heat. So that heat is due to the rotation and orientation of the molecular magnets in different directions or various directions. So already we know, so due to that ferromagnetic materials are domains, so inside the domains various magnetic moments in different directions. If you apply a magnetic field, it align in specific direction. So due to the rotation and orientation of the molecular magnets, there is a formation of heat, that is a hysteresis loss. Then the energy lost per unit volume of a material for one complete cycle is equal to area of the hysteresis loop. So this area of the hysteresis loop is equal to that energy loss per unit volume of a material for one complete hysteresis loop. That energy loss delta E is equal to closed integral H dot dB. So H is a magnetizing field, B is a magnetic induction. Then energy in terms of what is the unit of energy is joule. Then H magnetizing field is ampere meter power -1. Then magnetic induction ampere meter square. So they may ask in 5 marks. It's an important 5 mark. Hysteresis. So you need to go through that graph. So this one, from this we are writing all those things. So the main points, first point, B with H is not linear, then saturation, then retentivity, coercivity, then hysteresis loss. Okay students, thank you.